We
All
like
right,
to
we're
keep
live now.
audio
Sorry, guys, we got another
riveted.
goof up because I absolutely not very good like Raul is at this. So it should be on YouTube right now. I just threw another one on there. I don't know why it didn't go.
Nope, it's not up.
Still? Oh my god. What the hell is going on? Wow, I don't know what the hell happened.
Nothing yet.
Let me see what's happening here. Oh, it's just great. First thing, I screwed it all up.
That's okay. We'll fix it.
Hold on a second. I'll go from here on the source then. Yeah, it should have done it right here. Oh, it should be up right now. It's
Nope.
saying, yeah,
All right.
it's on right now.
On where?
On go to my channel and it should be there because it's live right now. Everybody should be watching. It
All right, it's
should be
just,
under the reveal. It says the reveal because I had to do something quick because it didn't go
Oh,
on. But
oh, it says reveal.
there you go.
It's a different one. Okay.
Yeah,
oh, gotcha.
that's why
Okay.
because the other
There
one
it
for
is.
some reason failed.
Ah, there it is.
Yep.
Sorry,
And
guys.
there, there's nobody there yet.
No.
Yeah, I think they're clicking on the other one that you had that says upcoming. That's what I did.
Everybody's blowing up my messenger. Where is it? Oh,
Go
gotcha.
to reveal.
Why? Because the other one for some reason
There you got an
failed.
echo too from last time
There
I
it
was
is.
open
Sorry, guys. There's nobody there yet.
there.
Let
Yeah,
me find.
clicking on the other
Well,
one.
sounds like an Area 51 operation all messed up by the government as usual.
Damn aliens.
Let me
No
see.
wonder nobody can figure out how to build these chassis.
Let me see. Let me.
Yeah, it sounds like an Area 51 operation all messed up by the government. Damn aliens. I think you better go back to the old one, George, and put a little,
That's what I'm looking
just,
for.
and tell them that where it's at now.
I just put a link on Facebook. This one.
Everybody's probably like, what the heck's going on here? I'm going to go back and see. Yeah, because there's absolutely nobody on there. Here's the old one right here. And there's the chat. Yep. Everybody's still on the old one.
John found it.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, John. Yeah, John found it. You can't hide from John.
Gosh dang it, man! I swear everything was fine and then it just goofed up.
You know what I bet it was is because we've been on here for so long today. I bet it timed out or something.
Could be.
Yeah, that's probably what happened. There you go.
That's all right. Here we are.
Well, Steve, I screwed it up. I'm sorry.
Better late than never. It's all good.
Yeah, that's okay.
I bet it timed out or something. John Albright, you guys can't hide.
Yeah.
But George, what I'm looking at here on the screen, all I can see is you still.
Yeah, that's gonna be that's no, that's gonna what it's gonna look like until you go to YouTube. It shows all of us.
Okay, so
Yeah.
all right, I got
You
you.
have to go to YouTube.
I see it. I see it's on YouTube. All four of us.
Yeah,
So
we're
I
all
just
on
want
there.
to like, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Let me go and get rid of that old one, which I will do.
Yeah, because everybody's still hanging out over there. Apparently, nobody's figuring out to go here.
Yeah, they're starting to come on. You got 3 or 4 now.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Frank from New York, Dick's on, or Danny's on there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Morning,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah, we know it didn't go. We didn't go live. That link went bad, Frank. So that's
Yeah.
why we posted it one.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, well, very comical Sunday morning.
The aliens got us.
So
Yeah.
again, I need to probably get my brush up on this stuff because Raul does know more than I do. Sometimes he's pretty masterful at that, so I may have made a mistake somewhere. So again, another apology, another brain fart here.
It's all good, George.
Yeah.
All good, man. It's a nice, relaxing Sunday. We'll be fine.
What else you got to do?
Yep. Well, I'm 4 days off, so.
Yeah, it's not life or death, so we can all take a deep breath. We're all here now.
Okay, so we're going to start out again. Take two.
Take two.
So I want to say good morning to everyone, and wanted to say thank you to Steve at Slot Car Corner for actually putting this kit together, which took a lot of time to put together, making the box, getting the pieces of material to cut in there to fit in the box, and everything. Basically, this is a complete rolling chassis. Period. All is required is used to get the body and make mounts for it and an interior, and that is probably the more difficult part because you're painting and stuff. But the chassis kit's available. It's at a real great price. I won't say the price. I'm gonna let Steve take over and talk about the kit generally on how he got it together and everything else. So go ahead, Steve. I appreciate it.
All right. Good morning, everyone, and thanks for the invite, George and Harry and Dave.
Morning, Steve.
Yep. Good morning. A little background here. So, as some, maybe all of you know, on our website, for the last year or so, maybe 18 months, we've been chipping away at putting together a list, for the parts for the various Showdown builds, and hopefully that's helped people out. But we still get feedback that, hey, it would just be a whole lot easier if we could just if we had a kit. Where basically all the pieces and parts are included in the kit that we need to build the chassis. We just click add to cart and away we go. So with Harry's help, George's help, and Dave's help, we've been working on that in the background here for the last several months. We've gone through several iterations of the bill of materials, the parts list, and so on. And we're at the point now where it's ready to come topside. George and Dave and Harry, we'll talk a little bit about it. They've each got one of these kits in hand, which would be just like the production kit. We're in the process of putting the kits together actually this weekend and this coming week. The kits will be available on Monday, October 2nd, which is a week from tomorrow. And the initial retail price will be $79.95. So
Screaming deal.
Great.
right,
Great.
That is
Yep.
so. That is a real good deal, everyone. So you understand that,
Yeah.
because if you were to break down all the parts, how much would it be, Steve, if you were to order everything individually?
It would be over $95, almost $100. If you bought the parts a la carte, plus obviously your time. And if you're familiar with it, that's one thing. But if you're not, if you're new to this, kind of on the fence, still a little unsure just what to buy and stuff, you don't have to, maybe put 2, 3, 4 orders in or something to finally get all the pieces and parts that you need. It's all in the box. Like George said, and Dave said, it's a complete rolling chassis, or lets you build a complete rolling chassis. You'll need to obviously source a body, a body kit, maybe some lead weight. Obviously, you need some tools, a chassis jig, that sort of thing. But as far as all the components you need, it's all in the box. So this particular kit is for the 132nd Showdown builds. If this is well received, and we hope it will be, then it's not out of the question to have a 124th kit, down the road. So in 25,000 words or less, that's a little background on the kit.
All right. It's awesome.
So
Yeah.
just be aware that this particular kit is specifically tailored for the Showdown proxy, and you cannot say that for any other proxy. Nobody has a kit for plastic cars, at least unless you get like a slotted kit. But I mean, for something this specific for custom cars, for model kits, this is the only kit that I've ever seen for this particular category for proxy. So remember that.
It's
Yep.
pretty cool.
It's very unique, and it's just for us.
Yeah.
Now there is a picture of, I'm not sure, George or Harry or Dave, if it's possible, but there is a picture of the exploded chassis
Yeah, there is.
put together with all the pieces and parts, and maybe we could just show, if it's possible, just put that up and just let everybody kind of get a better appreciation of what in the box.
You
If you guys are going to do it,
got a
you guys
copy
are going to
of
go
that?
through it. Yeah, if you guys are going to open up the box and go through it, that's fine. Just do it that way. But there's also, that diagram might help people understand just what's in this kit.
Yeah. Do you have a copy of that handy, George?
Yeah, I'm trying to pull it up. Of course, everything's not working the way it should be, but it's my life. You got a picture of it, Dave, anywhere? I'm wondering if you.
Yeah, but I don't know
here
how
it
I
is.
would get it from
All right, I
me to
got it.
you.
I finally got it. Okay, there it is right there. So, everybody see that? On YouTube, should be able to see that. It's right in front of the screen, everything. So, there's the exploded view of everything. You have your wheels. Dave, you can see it on your YouTube, right? Where I have the photo there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's there.
All right, good. So we have the wheels, axle. This is your, tube.
There we go.
The bushings, the gears, the motor bracket, even the set screws are showing there from the wheels. You have your screws for the motor, your pinion. Here is your brass. That's custom cut for this box, and the wire. And this is another thing too. This is a kicker right here. You even get the body mounting screws, the floating body mounting screws. So I mean,
Yep.
that's something that a lot of people will get stuff and you forget what to put in the cart. It's there. So this is basically everything. Your tongue guide, your front axle holder, your front axle, this is a commercial guide with braids, and I mean it's even the strap here for the body mounts in the center, the wire. That's everything there that you need to create a roller for this series.
Yeah.
The only way it can be more complete. There's only one way it could be more complete, and that's if it came built. I mean, it's as complete as it can possibly be made.
Right. So this is about as easy as it gets. We've taken a lot of the thought process out of ordering. Just click it, and everything you need, it'll run under its own power. You just have to pick a car body, and I show some of the Atlantis in the background because these are all readily available cars, just as examples for our showdown that you could use. The Nova's popular, the Firebird's popular. There's other older kits out there, but just an example.
So John's saying narrow guide tongue would be a nice option. So John, just so you understand, this is really aimed at the beginner. Now, if you want to order a narrow guide tongue, you could order one and throw it in there along with the kit. As far as adding to the basket separately from this, but it's mainly this is aimed toward that tongue guide is specifically used because it'll fit perfectly in between the rails, and it makes it easier for the user to solder and just get a car going. So just remember that this is for a beginner. If you guys want to add your own custom stuff, then you're going to have to add to the cart to this. Just be aware of that. There's no changing anything in the kit to this is a kit altogether.
It's 1/32 scale specific, Gene. Maybe at a later date in the future, there might be wheels turning and ideas coming for the larger scale, but this release is for 1/32 scale. So just to answer that question real quick.
All right.
Looks like Dave Slaughter is ready for his already. He says, take his money.
Yeah. Right.
His limey money.
His limey money.
Well, I tell you what, how about we just open this up, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get this thing open here.
I can't wait any longer. I'm going to crack mine open.
Me too. I've been dying. Me and George were talking about it earlier. It's like we were going to open them, and we were like, no, we can't open them yet.
Yeah, I know. It's like, Christmas.
I waited.
Now remember, don't tear into the box, guys. Use a knife. The boxes are collector items.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. You know what? As a matter of fact, let's do that real quick. Look.
They'll be down at the Museum of Modern Art right next to Andy Warhol's, art.
That's right. You're absolutely right, Steve. We should show the box. Here we go. Here's the warning label on the side right here.
Oh yeah,
so you guys, you should heed this warning. This is no shit right here. You buy this first kit, and you're going to be buying more.
There is no guide tube for this one because we're we're using the
Standard.
more 124th standard commercial guide. So it has shims in it. You don't need the tube like for the slotting plus slot invasion 132nd scale type guides. We went with the larger 124th commercial type guides because for the showdown here on our wooden oval track, that's an excellent guide to use.
I know why Joe asked that question, Stockyard Dojo, because he posted something on the forum, and I guess Chris Walker answered him with doing a tube guide. But again, you got to remember, this is aimed for the first-time user, a first-time guy who's going to build a scratch build car. Now, this is why we're using all these standard parts, so they don't have to make custom tubes and stuff that'll get them kind of confused.
Right.
More aimed to just do it real simply. This is great. This is a real thing right here. This part right here, this took a lot to do, to go to the manufacturer to have them cut, use individual pieces so they fit in the bag and in the box.
Right.
So this took a lot of work
Great.
for Steve to do. And this
Very
is great.
cool.
I mean, everything is in here that you need, and it's
Now,
individually bagged.
another thing right here, this small bag, when you open the box, inside this bag are your body mount screws,
Yep.
the shims, your motor screws for attaching the motor to the bracket, and also your set screws here, your M2 set screws. So don't chuck the bag away.
Yeah, or don't open it and have it scatter.
Right. So it's important to have that. Yeah.
I can't believe how well packaged this thing is, Steve. Everything's like right where.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You know,
really cool. It's really, really nice.
This
Really
the
nice.
guys, I don't know if you guys understand what kind of time this takes to put something like this together for us. Everything specifically made just for this kit, and it's all prepackaged for you. I won't say
Right.
prepackaged because I'm sure Steve and Bob spend all day packaging this stuff.
Packaging all this.
Right.
So,
And
you know,
and
there's
so
a lot of love and thought put into this thing right here.
and the wheels that we chose, again, we're going with the Steely design wheel because that's a very popular wheel for the 132nd scale oval cars that we build. And all the parts in here, you know, these kits, you know, these boxes they're put together ahead of time and everything, so we get them out. So that's why you can't just custom say, well, I want this size or I want that size. This is just like he said, this is for the beginner, for the people that want to just get started. It's got, you know, a decent price. You know, once you get experienced and you get comfortable with scratch building, well, then, you know, you don't need this. You'll be able to go out and get your own custom sizes, things that you want to do. But again, like I said, this is just for the ease of people just getting started. So on the second, but will it be available at 12:01 specific time? I don't know. That's a good question, Steve. Are you going to stay up till midnight and do the launch?
I wasn't planning on it, but what I can do is I can in the online store I can schedule the part to become available at 12:01.
Oh, well, there you have it, man.
There you go, Dan. You better have your butt up at 12:01, ready to push the button and launch.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Right.
right. Funny. That's too funny. But yeah, this is all, this is just awesome stuff here. Open this up a little bit. We'll
Again, thank you, Steve and Bob. That
Yeah.
takes a lot of time to individually bag all this stuff, man. That's
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
you
Yeah,
guys
this is-
understand. That's time. You sit there and put little parts in the bag, and my eyes suck
Oh.
now.
Right.
It's hard to do that.
Yeah,
Right.
I wouldn't want to
and
do it.
some of the and remember that some of the parts that you get, for example, the tubing, you know, here for the bracket, right? I mean, you know, that's a lot of tubing, so you're going to get extra.
Extra.
So as you're scratch building, as you're
Save it.
building the cars go, you'll have a nice collection of brass, and we can surely show you
Yeah.
that it stacks up over time, right? So
Get a
Yeah.
lot of brass.
you're getting plenty to work with, but then there's your tubing that goes in the bracket there, and then you have the bushings that go in the tubing, for the tubing method, if you want to do that.
I think
Yeah.
something else needs to be said about the tubing and the brass in general is that you and I can't go down and get custom cut brass tubing
Nope.
from K&S. This is something that was done specifically for Steve at SCC and
Right.
and for us. So this is I don't think everybody understands what a big deal this is, and I want them to understand that this a lot of thought and everything went into this, and yeah, I hope it's well received and well appreciated. I really do.
So the jigs, somebody's asked about the jigs. They are available at Stock Car Corner, so it's a convenience. You can buy the kit, buy the jig
Right.
as well with the pins. Everything's there, and
Yep.
then you're on your way.
Size,
You
the
buy your
size
stock.
of the wheels are the 15 by 10.
Yeah,
So
15 by
these are
10.
the 15 by 10 wheels
The
that are
classic,
standard size.
classic steel, right? Those are Steelies.
Right.
Steely classic wheels. Yes.
The Steely Classic wheels are what come in the kit. And that means that the Paul Gage the 2216 FF, which is the standard compound, which is what works the best on our oval surface, is what comes in the kit. So 15 by 10, and then the 2216 6FF tires.
Firm.
So they're
Those are easy to true, man. Those things they true fast.
right. Yeah, they true fast, and they work.
Yep.
And they work well. So like Dave said, it's having all this custom, these parts to help you put this together. You sit here and you just kind of, if you're going to do the rail job method, which is what this chassis kit is based on, to make simple rail chassis, and then using, your wire to bend it, put the 90s there for, holding the front axle in place. Then you have your brass strap here to make your side body mounts again, and then your tubing here. But like George and them are saying, this is just for a very basic but yet very functional and fast inline chassis. So
Yep.
this is the simplest design as far as scratch building chassis that we've had in our hobby for many years. So just
But
very
they work.
basic. Yeah, they work, and then this way you just hone your scratch building skills, and next thing you know, you're making slot car jewelry like George and Dave. So,
And that's why
And
that
you-
guide tongue is that length. See how it fits in between there, and you don't have to worry about it being too, it's square with the chassis.
right, you could cut that shorter, whatever. It's a great place to add weight if you want to add weight. But yeah, it's everything is here for you. Looks pretty good to me.
Yeah, look fantastic. I mean, there you go. There's a slot car. There's a slot car for you. Just put it together.
Yeah, it's well, you're exactly right. That's it is. It's a slot car. You just have to heat up your iron, and you'll get it.
Yeah, it's
Eventually.
it's not like George hasn't made 27 videos on how to build these things. So you
Right, yeah.
you now have no excuse. You buy a kit, you sit down with one of George's videos, and you step by step put this car together and send
Right.
it into Harry so we can beat it up during one of our showdowns.
Right,
And if you want to be involved in all this with us, like everybody keeps saying that they want to, here it is. Here's your chance. We're giving you exactly what you've been asking for. So no more excuses now. Just get busy.
Yeah, John. I think, yes, John. That it's you're a veteran, so with the pieces that are in front of you, you can certainly take it then further with a better, improved, design. So you're only limited by your imagination, so to speak. And yes, the 18K is what we go. This is the new really the new standard is this motor. Yes, you can use the 17.5, but this is a pretty popular choice for everybody. So we stayed with
Yep.
the the 18 Predator, which when it's broken in, you get some miles on it. Yeah, it'll haul the mail. Okay, so
Yeah, you know what? That's a good point. That this kit it's a basic kit, and you can build the basic stick chassis like we've used on a lot of cars. But you can also, like, okay, you guys have seen some of the cars I build, the hot rods and whatnot. That chassis is just a basic. It's just a variation of this. I use the same parts, just put in a little bit different configuration to build those cars that I build. It's really, this is like the DNA of your slot car, and you can alter your DNA to
yeah,
create something different, and that's exactly what you got here. And
yeah,
it's not, as my son would say, it's not rocket surgery. It's really not. And you know,
yep,
build what you want with it. There's nothing. You're not lacking anything. Nothing.
yeah. So it's yeah, it's time to get the iron out
Yep.
Yep.
and um, and make it happen. So yeah,
You
you
know,
get plenty
I
of
was thinking
everything. You
this
know,
stuff. This is
putting
brass,
it on.
right? You can cut it. So, like John had said, well, it'd be nice to have the narrow guide tongue. Well, if you know how to measure and you have a Dremel tool with cutoff wheels, you can make your own right here. So you don't have to buy an extra part. You can alter the one that's in the kit. And I know it's a little extra work, but I think we can all handle it. It's not that hard.
And
So
then this is just the standard braid, which is what which is what should come with it. Because, like I said, this is just starting out, and uh, this braid works well. And again, what we're talking about here is that these are kits designed for our showdown here at our facility here at HRW for the on the oval. So this is what we're using for a specific race. So you know, will this guide work on your 1982 Warp SCX plastic track? Probably not very well. Um, but out here on the wood track, it really is for our track. It's the ideal guide of choice. You can use the slotting plus and the slotted wood guides too. They work just as well, slot invasion. But for the kit and ease of assembly, it's really hard to beat that style of guide tongue.
yeah,
And yeah, it's 927 gears. This is your standard black slotted. This is the brass, not the aluminum, but the brass 27 tooth, and then of course the slotted 9-tooth pinion right there. So that's about as good as it gets.
Remember,
Yeah,
Frank did build one of these chassis, basically with the same amount of stuff there, and I've done a few of them. It's just a simple chassis, and
right.
they do real well. So, I mean, for first time builders,
Absolutely, absolutely, they do wonderful. Let's see.
and
Where's my?
and it's the only way to get the coveted SCC sticker.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
love
yeah.
these
I
things.
mean, there's that, right? So
It means you're official.
Right.
yeah, you gotta have the sticker. That's too funny. Yeah, that's let's see if we get chassis here. I already got a chassis built.
Anything else you want to add, Steve? Just curious if you have, since you're really quiet.
Uh,
You're there.
yeah, yeah, just maybe a couple things. So maybe you can, at least one of the comments talked about, instructions to do the build. So if you look on the back side of the box, maybe somebody can put that up on their video feed. The back side of the box actually has two QR codes, right? That you can scan with your phone's camera. So one of the QR codes will take you right to the HRW Showdown subforum on Home Racing World. All right. So you can, if you're not familiar with the Showdown, or if you just want a quick link out to the Showdown, the subforums there, all you have to do is scan that QR code, and it'll take you there, and you have a wealth of information about, current Showdown series and past series and examples of builds and so on. The second QR code that Harry is showing the back of the box on the right hand side At this point, it'll take you to a blank page on the Slack Car Corner website. And what our intent here is, once this chassis gets out into the hands of you guys that are building these Showdown chassis and cars, if you do a video or if you put up a how-to article, maybe, or a post or something on HRW, with your permission, we'll go ahead and we'll put that on that page. All right. So over time, we'll have 2, 3, 5, 10 examples of people building, using this kit to build a Showdown 132nd, car.
Good
And
idea.
I'm sure there'll be variations, like we've been discussing, where some will be just the, call it the basic Blackwall Tires AM radio version of the chassis, and some will be like, Dave building a hot rod or something with it. Right. So this will be a work in progress. Again, if you go out there right now, it's empty. And the reason that it's empty is because the kit, isn't available. It's not for sale yet. But once it does become available for sale, if you want to document your build and share it with us, we'll share it with the rest of the Showdown community.
Right. And like Dave said, Dave and George and myself from some, there are already plenty of how-to videos out there on constructing a Showdown chassis in various styles and forms. We're going to do another one, of course, with just the kit, but all your basic information is already out there on those channels. You just have to click and research them and you'll find it. And like I said, everything else, the only thing that's stopping you right now is you. So, just get off the fence and just jump in, It's all
There you go.
can
Let's
do.
go racing, boys. There's a chassis already.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah, look at him.
Be
See,
quoting
Bill-
Starsky and Hutch. Do it. Just do it.
Just do it. Do it.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Yeah, John. Yeah. It's just it's a simple gear ratio with the motor combination that for a 5x16, 16-foot track, and for and what George has shown in his oval sizing and Mark Thomas's oval, something. It's all, it's just a good combination, and it just works for us. Plenty fast enough, yet we have some good control in the corners.
Yeah. The other thing to mention here is, again, more for the newer builders. George, I think, has done a video, at least one video on tools, just focusing on the tools that are required to do these builds. I know Dave has done an excellent video on how to, if you want to start getting a little bit more sophisticated on bending wire, there's a couple of pieces of piano wire in the kit, type thing. And if you need some, some guidance on how to shape it, how to bend it and stuff like that, Dave did an excellent video on that. So it's all out there. It's all out there.
Here's my favorite. One of my favorites is get yourself a good pair of Bubba pliers.
Yep.
Okay?
Big Bama Jammas.
You better believe it. And I tell you, it'll bend. It'll bend.
The big,
So
thick piano wire.
if you don't have an actual bender or whatever, you just measure this and you put that in your Bubba and you give it a bend. And I'll tell you, even my weak butt can make a bend.
Yep, perfect. Right there. There's an axle holder right there.
There it is. That's it, man. You just a good big tool is your friend, especially when you're a frail, weak old man like me. And then, you can even get two, right?
Yep.
This is this is a very popular wire bender for me. Just letting y'all know.
Yep. Nothing, like that's the saying we all repeated a million times, keep it simple, stupid. It really is, pair of pliers. What else do you need that bends that wire? Especially this is, what is this? This is 047 wire, right, Steve?
Yeah. Really.
Or 055?
It's 055.
055.
Yeah.
So it bends easily. It's not, you don't need You don't need Hulk's upper body strength to bend this stuff. It's
That's the only really bend you need to do at that angle when you do a front axle holder. That's basic.
yeah. If you're building a
That's
basic chassis, yeah,
there's no complicated bends in this one like other cars.
Yeah,
no,
this is the actual complicated bend. That's
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
yeah. Make a
It's
right
just
angle and you're off to the races.
it's just your upright. This is loosely based on this rail design, but I'll show you here. Is with the giant the sprint chassis whatever. I don't have the rail in between there, but what we're talking about is the 290s, the two pieces of wire that come in the kit, and you bend it, and you got some in the one side of the tube and on the other side of the tube. That's basically what these are all about. But we've already shown that. Like I said, there's plenty of videos showing that out there already.
Yeah, I mean, you could basically watch just about any of the videos that you've done, Harry, or the ones that George has done, and build a chassis. It's the information's there. It's not, and we I know people probably get tired of us beating the HRW drum, but it's all there. Go look, either the
Yeah.
YouTube channel or the board. Go look. It's all there.
And this is more than the the length. Just ideal. You'll still have some left over. And remember, the golden rule of the Skunk Works: never throw anything away.
Yeah.
So
Nope.
you're gonna have small pieces left over. I think you just hinted on it. Danny did, and start experimenting and get them under, and then then you'll have all sorts of spare pieces for future builds. Never throw anything away.
I've built many a car out of this little box.
That's the Altoids 10. That's pretty cool.
It is my Altoids 10.
Exactly. There's been some slot cars down here built with. Oh, look what I found. Right.
Yeah, exactly.
If anybody has any questions, like put a Q before it and then ask your question if you have any questions. If somebody has something that they want to ask.
And what does everybody think? I mean, I'd like to know what these guys are thinking.
Feedback.
Are they excited about this? Does it look like something that was this what they were expecting? What's the general consensus out there?
I bet you everybody's gonna love it.
Oh yeah, I have no doubt. I mean, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. All right, I'll get more coffee.
It's actually, you could build a custom slot car for about $100. The chassis kit's $79.99. You buy one of those Atlantis kits and then buy a rattle can of paint. You don't have to make any fancy airbrush. You get a rattle can and make yourself a tray interior out of a dollar sign from Walmart, those for sale signs like I've done videos on. Get your driver. Yeah, it's not much.
I mean, everybody's willing to drop $100 on an NSR or a Rebel Slot or something like that without even thinking about it. And here you go. You can, especially with Steve's price that he's put on this for now. Good God, you could build something your own and have that that sense of accomplishment of building it yourself. And that's that's priceless to me. Anybody can own a Rebel Slot or an NSR, but not everybody can have your custom built chassis.
So John Tucci, I want to try it, but terrified I will screw it up. Who gives a shit? Just refix it and do it, man. I get you. We all make mistakes. I've made mistakes on some that didn't come out great. All I did was just heat it up and just redo everything. I mean, you're not gonna screw it up. All those videos that Harry's made, everybody's made. If you follow those, so my first build was the Stinker chassis. So if you want to learn something on the build, look up the Stinker chassis. That's similar to kind of what this is, not exactly, but you just look at how he does that, and it's not very hard. That's how I learned. I learned from the video itself. I did not, and there was an area where I screwed up, and I fixed it. So you can't be afraid of screwing up. Everybody makes mistakes. We're all human. I mean, if you make a mistake, you could always email me and say, hey, I did this. What do I do? I can help you out with that. It's not a big deal.
Right.
Wow, 132 bodies. Yeah. Yeah, there's plenty of them out there. Like I said in the background here, Atlantis are selling these direct
Yeah.
on their website. So they've really brought back Atlantis. We can thank them for picking up the Monogram helm, since Monogram basically is no more, for picking up some of these molds and reproducing them, especially there in 1/32 scale. And then AMT did do a couple of them that work for the series with the scale stars, but it can be challenging in 1/32 scale to find some bodies out there. But for the showdown, for the dirt racing, I mean, honestly, if you've got, you know what, take a Carrera,
Yeah,
and
there you go. Big crap.
a Carrera will work great. You know, you've got
A
the
57
Ford.
Dave has up there.
Yeah, I mean, there's there's kits out there that you can build a great car in 1/36 show. We do it twice a year, and we have a lot. We have different 57 Chevys and Novas, but everybody's approach to the car is different. So just because someone else has a Nova or whatever, or a Firebird or a Camaro, hey, you can build one too. Just you'll just do it differently. Yeah, anything can be corrected with a hammer and a soldering iron.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Old pickup braids.
Yep.
That's deep soldering with.
There you go, John. Exactly the correct stuff.
Yeah, you don't have to buy it. Let me get my. I know I have some.
Question here from Tony Tibbs. Question: Will Atlantis have importers to UK? Do you think?
Oh, I don't know.
Not sure, sir. That'd be a good question. I don't know what would be your distributor out.
I would email. Yeah, I would try to email contact Atlantis through the website. They're just a smaller company that have revived some molds. I would definitely check and see if they have a distribution network for hobby shops there.
So here's a question actually I could ask. See, so shipping to other countries, what is the most, I guess, would be down, because I know I've heard I talked with Dave actually. I did a live stream with Dave, and he talked about usually it takes a little bit longer to get to the UK, and I don't know how Canadian, like, I know that's a little bit more involved. You getting a little insight on that?
Yeah, so shipping international for Canada, that really the only option that we have is U.S. Postal Service. UPS is like it's a dog's breakfast shipping to Canada. And generally, for international shipping, and actually for domestic, now that there's no longer first class domestically, they've changed it to ground advantage. But on the international stuff, you can go up to, I believe it's £4 for the first class international. And what we're finding right now is, like, when we ship stuff up to Canada, sometimes it gets there in a week, sometimes it takes 2, and sometimes a little longer. So it's a crapshoot. There's no rhyme or reason. And once we turn it over to the post office, contrary to popular belief, we have absolutely zero control over how the post office routes that package, right? And how it goes through customs and stuff like that. So sometimes we understand that customers, they get upset, when something doesn't get there as quickly as they would like it to, and as we would like it to. But unfortunately, we can't even ask the post office to trace it until 3 or 4 weeks has gone by. So, but generally speaking, about anywhere from 1 to 2 weeks, I would say, for 90 or 95% of the packages, but occasionally you will get them longer. Other parts of the world, it depends on how you have more shipping options. So other parts of the world, if somebody wants to pay for UPS or for FedEx or something like that, we can ship it that way. We can also ship it, the first class international through the post office. And again, depending on the service, like first class international would be comparable to 1 to 2 weeks. to most locations. But if somebody absolutely wants and is willing to pay, you can get it shipped UPS or FedEx 2 or 3 days for. It probably costs more than the kit, but it would get there.
Right.
Yeah. A complete kit with the end result of a limited edition. Well, exactly, Jeff. Really, when you
Yep.
think about it,
One-on-one car.
that's exactly what you end up with: is a car that is completely unique, that no one else is going to have but you. So, if you want to look at it from a collectible side, yeah, this is a limited edition, one of one, right?
Yeah. Think how much you could sell it for when you're done.
Yeah,
Your kids, if they want to.
especially when it's half hammered up after we get our hands on it.
Yeah.
Right.
Ask Michael Squire. He's very
Oh,
well
yeah.
on how. And Tad knows. Hey, I'll send it to HRW. I'm glad I've worked real hard on the paint finish.
Why do you think I build jalopies with rusty paint jobs on them?
Yeah, that reason.
Yeah. But that's all. No, that's part of racing. That's just part of it.
That's right. Rubbin's racing. You're going to get scratches.
Oh, absolutely, especially here. But
I look at them as a badge of honor when my cars get all beat up.
absolutely. But yeah, I'd like to just I don't want to keep you guys that long, but I want to thank Steve again for all the hard work and listening to these crazy ideas that we come up with sometimes, and it's
sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. But really, out in the slot car world, there, everybody is supposed to support their local and our mom and pop shops, and it's really that's important to me. It's not to some people, but it is to me. But to have a shop like and what Steve and them have done, to have brass, shims, all these little things for the scratch builders. So it's not just for your ready to run Scalextric Carrera slotted cars, but all the stuff in the background for the builder and the scratch builder and the tuner. And I just can't thank them enough, because I mean, without it, it'd be hurting, because we could tell the story. Well, used to be we'd walk to school uphill both ways, blah blah blah. But it used to be, I had to drive an hour and a half just to put my hands on K&S, because that's the closest dealer I had, being out in the middle of nowhere. I had to order based. Well, I don't know if I really need this or not, but I have to order online direct from from here to get the wire, from here to get the brass, from here to get the gears. I mean, it was it was a mess. And now we got the Q codes or just one link and click. So just really can't thank them enough for that. So thank you.
Nope. I can remember having to buy either a junky old Carrera car or find somebody that was selling Carrera parts, because I steal the axles and the gears and all that stuff out of those to build my cars with, because you couldn't get anything else. And
Right.
I couldn't when you guys at SCC, Steve, when you came out with these steely wheels, holy mackerel, that's a game changer. It was like, I don't have to hunt up some crappy insert somewhere and try to make molds of them so I have more and all that. No way, man. Just buy those and boom, you're in. It's like, I don't think people appreciate the lengths that Slot Car Corner has gone for us. I just really don't think they understand it. And one-stop shopping for everything, for your ready-to-runs, for your scratch building, for everything. It's all right there. And it's like, wow, man, how lucky are we?
Yeah, it's we are. Here's a rough example of items you find in the kit. There's the wider guide tongue, and then the wire coming up here around the tubing. See, that's basically it. And then the bracket in use with the wire supporting it and the bushings and the tubing through there. And then I used the rails in a different version. I put them to the outside and everything. And then this is for like a Carrera car that I'm building. But it just shows you, like John was saying earlier, you're only limited to your imagination. You can move these parts and pieces around and come up with all sorts of different designs.
Yeah, you can make it shorter. You can make it longer. You could
All right.
cut that bracket, make it narrower. There's all kinds of things.
Yeah, this is another work in progress. I have a lot of those. Just another work in progress using the Carrera body, and going to make a showdown car out of it. It's going to be my new entry for the January race in 132. So I haven't built a 132 in a while, so that's what I'm going to use. So everything in this kit, it'll do it. Oh yeah, they can be hard to come by. Easy to choose when they're right in front of you. Yes, that's what I used to have. Is I used to have to drive an hour and a half round trip, 45 minutes to the capital, Jeff City, and they had a True Value hardware there. They actually had the K&S kiosk, that that big display that has everything, and you can have anything you wanted as long as it was in 3 foot lengths, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I even have some of that left. This is like in the kiosk, you would get it like this, super long, right? And they'd have them all in there, and I'd take my caliper with me and measure just to make sure I could get what I wanted.
I'm pretty lucky here. We have a Sun City Hardware has the full K&S kiosk here with everything. And the problem is I think I'm the only guy in this town that buys brass, because I'll go buy whatever I need and I buy it all. And then I'll go back there 2 weeks later and there's still none there. They don't restock it. And the little old man that owns them, he'll come out and he'll go, "Do you need more of that?" And he'll order it. So it'll be another couple of weeks before he restocks. But at least I have it. I can go there and look and get what I need most of the time.
This eliminates a lot of that. You just buy this.
Yeah, this eliminates all of that.
You have your soldering iron and you're bored with pins, and have at it.
Right.
Let's go. Let's get this thing built.
Yeah, I'm on your side. That's cool. Really? All right, well, guys, I guess I'll let you go. I'm going to get to building. So I got some cars to put together here, man. So I guess I will sign off and let you guys, if you want to keep going. But hope everybody loves the kit. Thank you again. SEC 2 October, $79.99. That's just a great value. Great job.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Slot car of the year in a box.
Hey, there you go. Woo-hoo.
There you go.
Slot car of the year. You just have to build it.
Absolutely.
All right. Any more questions anybody has before we all sign off? Because I gotta get building for myself with other projects.
I'll throw this out. This is Steve. I'll throw this out to Harry and Dave and George. Your call. If you want to share a sneak peek of a certain bracket that I sent to you, I'm okay with that.
Okay. Go ahead.
I was gonna ask if that was cool.
That's another one that's good too.
That's all right.
Good thing.
The only thing I'm going to say here, guys, is this is strictly, this is just in the testing prototype stage, but it's coming. I just can't tell you when. But feel free, if you want to go ahead, somebody wants to put that up there and show them what we're up to. Feel free to do that.
Yeah, I'm digging one. I'm digging one out right now, Steve. So, okay, guys, we all know that a lot of you guys like to build things other than showdown cars and stuff like that. There's a lot of guys out there who like the cool little European cars and things like that. Well, guess what Steve and Harry have come up with? The narrow bracket for the little FFO 50 motors.
Slim can.
And this is a game changer right here too, because previously the brackets that were available, you had to buy special gears because they needed an offset and all that nonsense. Not this one. Bolt a motor, put a gear in it, and away you go. Now you can build your little cool cars that we all know and love. And like Steve said, it's not available yet. These are still in the testing phase, and they haven't been actually, manufactured yet. These are just, testers for us. So, but it's coming. So there's another little surprise for all you guys that it's coming.
Those are great for narrow cars like F1s, small, just smaller European cars. That really opens a lot of possibilities. That's exciting right there.
Let me see if I can pick this up here without dumping it all over. I mean, that bracket, it is just, it's just like perfect size for little narrow can, slim can motors, so that you can, like George said, you can build F1 cars. A lot of you can build midgets, and you can build a bug-eyed Sprite. Boy, that'd be good for a little bug-eye right there. So I'm excited about this because I like European cars myself. In fact, I was just talking to Harry the other day. I'm kind of going to switch gears here a little bit in a bit. I'm going to start building some little VW models again. So these are going to be perfect for that. So I'm excited about all this stuff. It's a good time to be a slot car guy right now with all the cool stuff that we have coming.
Also build those small Group 2 cars, those little rascals, as Harry calls them.
Yep, the little rascals.
Right there.
Yeah, it has the holes drilled there, John.
Yeah, it's drilled correctly. It's ready. I don't know if that's focusing or not.
It is.
So yeah, it's set up, and the little slim cam motors, the screws are diagonal, not straight across. So it's ready. This is the way it's going to be right here.
That's another way of if you want to build a Carrera car with the 917, you can make a brass chassis with that motor and everything. That's perfect.
Yeah, there's a lot of possibilities with that little sucker right there.
Yeah, it's get just a little screw here and put it together. But it's really, really a great idea to finally have these brackets available. I just put the one screw in there to show you that it is pre-drilled.
Yep.
These will be really cool for everybody to have. Coming soon.
Coming
underdeveloped. And don't forget that we also have the standard can narrow bracket.
Right.
Midget.
Right?
Yep.
So we also have that as an option for more advanced builders out there. We have the narrow brackets for the standard can.
Here we go.
Like this is the one that comes in the kit, and this just gives you a little bit more breathing room on certain kits. So that's separate on the website on Slot Car Corner too. So don't forget about those.
So here we go: the standard bracket, the narrow bracket, and the little narrow bracket. Where else? Where else can you get this all in one place? Nowhere.
Yeah, so standard, narrow, and slimline. We got it made.
You don't have to worry about building a bracket. All there.
Yeah, I hate building brackets.
This makes my life so much easier, man. Like Harry just said, I hate building brackets. I hate them too, but sometimes you have to, but not anymore.
Right. I found that the one thing about having these brackets is when you look up, when you find out the price of a piece of brass, right?
Yeah.
And then to measure, to drill it, and everything else, that even if you just need the faceplate, okay, I'll just cut the edges off and use the plate. It's just, it still saves me time compared to drilling out, and it's that small piece of brass. There's not that much waste. So if that's what you have to do to cut it off and make your own base plate, well, at least it's made for you. So it's already pre-drilled. And for me, time is money, or it's well worth it. It's just one less step I have to do. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking here, Harry. I'm looking at, yeah, look, all my old cars, every one of them, I got a handmade bracket in them because there wasn't a bracket available.
Right.
You know,
Right.
the only bracket that was available at any regularity was that cast bracket that they had, and they were all, half of those were crooked.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Is that is you know it's the old joke. Well, I got a Monday bracket. Well, I got a Friday bracket.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
I got the bracket from the guy that just went through a breakup, and we've had that problem where, you get these brackets and the word cattywampus comes to mind. So
Yeah, exactly.
that didn't help you at all. You know, and I've had my share of emails from guys sending me pictures going, "What is this the way it's supposed to be?" I'm like,
Nope.
"No, is this supposed to be for a pre-banked chassis? No,
Paint.
it's not right." And
No, it's not.
so hats off. That again, that's the process. Steve and them at Sucker Corner is to give us quality, and
Well,
that
that's
goes.
something else.
Yeah.
I've used a lot of these brackets now, and I tell you, every single one of them, I've never had a bent one. They're all they all sit flush and level. They don't rock. They're dead square. So I don't know how they do that because these are just bent and stamped. I don't know how
Yeah.
they do such good quality, but they sure the hell do.
They do. So that's cool. But yeah, so now we got we'll get the testing on those things done, and of course we'll update you with the launch dates and everything. Steve will let us know when after we do the testing, the final, and he'll update us with the release dates for those new brackets.
Yep, very cool.
I'm just thinking how many cars I could build with that bracket.
I know, right? Me too, George. I'm like, oh, I can't wait.
I could build that. I don't have to worry about whether it's going to fit or not.
I'm going to show you.
Have to dust off my
show you.
Volkswagen Beetle mold so I can make some bodies, so I can make some cars. It's the wheels are turning.
Fastest you could think of now. Even
Right.
that IROC. I look at that IROC, and you could do like the IROC, the actual IROC. Remember, they were different colors and had the drivers' names on them.
Oh yeah,
IROC races, and those are simple paint jobs. They weren't anything but just paint green, whatever, and then they had the name of the driver.
that's it. Very, very simple.
I want to do the little brackets for Slimline. Going to come in handy with a few models that I've had on the shelf for a while.
There you go. Wow, yeah, Cobras and all that. God. That's gonna be
and then so I'm going to get rid of this, and I can use that, and then in cars like that.
Yeah, I have a lot of monograms too that I have in the box that the chassis,
Right.
They're just there for looks, but
Right, yeah. I mean, a monogram's doing a great job on the body, but the old saying goes, the guys that designed the body, they never had coffee with the chassis department. It's very evident. Right? Okay. They just never got together. Okay.
Here's another example. This creepy crawly. I mean, this chassis is not great.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a perfect one for
Yeah.
I'm sitting on the
Right,
shelf.
right, yeah. Everything is great on that car as long as you undo the chassis mount screws and throw everything away below the body. Yeah. Anyway.
Yep, pretty sad, but makes our life more fun because we get to build more stuff.
Yeah. Here you go, John. 32 Coupe project. Yep. Yeah.
Yep. John told me he's going to start doing it, and I'm going to hold him to it. He showed me pictures of that 32 Coupe. I'm going to see that son of a gun running.
Oh yeah. Yeah, John. Let's get you. Yeah. We'll get you in here. That's cool. Well, all right then, guys. I guess that's it for me.
Thanks, Steve, for joining us. Appreciate it.
Yes, thank you, Steve. Thank you very much, everybody.
Again,
Everybody.
thank you for having me. Thank you everyone for coming onto the stream and learning a little bit more about the kit.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thanks for putting it together. I mean, that right there in itself is a lot of work. So,
All right, guys. We'll see you online then.
all right. Thank you, everybody. Take care. Have a good
Yep.
one, and have fun racing.
Any questions, message any one of us. We'll be happy to help.
Yep. We'll do. See ya.